Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. Y'all already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. Lil Durk should be watching out right now. They indicted 5 people from the OTF family. 5 of them now for murder for hire for Quando Rondo. Now these dudes went out, right? And they went out to kill Quando Rondo and killed this boy. These dudes now listen, they done booked flights. They got conversations. And they got somebody specifically telling what happened. Now, this is a murder for hire that took place and it was carried out. So, these dudes is looking at the death penalty. And this situation got so big, it was back and forth. People got killed back and forth. For these dudes to make it, right, to this level and not pay attention, to stay out the way, this lets y'all understand that we don't value these positions. This position right here that they have, they didn't value the position because everybody's going down. King Von's dead, right? Now they done locked up members from the OTF, right? Quando Rondo just got put on probation for some marijuana that they said he was allegedly selling. Durk got to watch out because they are coming. They coming. Trust me. Do y'all think that they're gonna indict Durk? Do y'all think that they're gonna indict Durk? If y'all think they're gonna indict Durk, man, call in, man. I want to hear how y'all feel about this. The indictment has came out. They got credit card statements of somebody from OTF purchasing plane tickets for people to fly in and out. They got statements, man, of the people flying in and out right after it happens. They know that these dudes stalked Quando Rondo, hid behind a gas station now. You hear me? They hid behind a gas station to run up on Quando and they killed the wrong person. Do you hear me? These dudes ran up and killed the wrong person. Now, for the feds to have this kind of detail and to know exactly where these guys were at when they jumped out the car, that lets you know that somebody is telling. That's a definite that somebody is telling. They know how the whole play went. They know how the play went from beginning to end. Who flew out, where they flew in at, what kind of cars they rented. They rented an Infinity and it was another vehicle. But they got the rental information, the flight information, and they even got where they met up at and got paid afterwards. Do you think somebody in the crew is going to come down and say Lil Durk put the hit out? Because it's well known that it was a hit on Quando Rondo. It was well known. They had eyes on him. They was looking for him, and they spotted him, knowing that he was going to be at a hotel in L.A. They knew he was going to be at the hotel in L.A. They spotted him. They seen him stop at a gas station, and they ran down on him and shot the wrong person. They killed the wrong person. But they did kill somebody. Somebody lost their life that day because of this back and forth beef between King Von, Quando Rondo, Little Durk, NBA Youngboy, because of the beef, and they all was on. The gang culture, right, doesn't see that this is just destructing us. It's not adding no value to us at all. It's a lot of kids that look up to these people, right? And they value their opinion. They value how they move. They value their swag. And this is the image that they're putting to the youngins. So the youngins feel the only way to get on is to crash out. The only way to get on is to crash out.
Yeah.
What we see here, right? We got the indictment right here, right? And on this indictment, they're talking about this is the news from the Chicago. Federal charges have been filed against 5 people accused in a murder for hire plot targeting rapper Quando Rondo over his suspected involvement in the killing of emerging Chicago rapper King Von in 2020. Now, King Von been dead since 2020. It's been 4 years now. And this situation happened in 2022. The people was still trying to solve this situation. And I try to say this over and over, right? They'll let you do a lot of things. But when you try to start leading with violence, they're going to dismantle your crew. Every mob that led with violence got taken down. And I don't understand why the celebrities and people today still want to try to lead with violence. You can't threaten to do something to somebody and then something happens and think it's going to go away. The indictment unsealed in the U.S. District Court of Los Angeles on Thursday charged Kayvon London Grant, Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Bryan Lindsay, and Asia Houston. Those named in the indictment are facing charges including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire resulting in death, as well as the use of carry and discharge of firearms and a machine gun in the furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. So now they got the machine gun charge, murder for hire with the cause of death. Somebody literally got killed with this murder for hire plot. They want to go back to the source and find out exactly who paid for this hit. They want to know that Lil Durk paid for this hit. Wow. It says prosecutors allege that all 5 individuals named in the indictment have ties to the hip-hop group Only the Family. formed by Chicago rapper Lil Durk in 2010. Now, we see here, right? These artists that have these groups, and now a plot for murder has been taken out, they're going to name the artist if they feel that the involvement came from the group. The same way they did Yo Gotti. They named CMG in that hit is the same way they name it OTF. We seeing these dudes that are at the top of the game, man. They better watch out because it ain't looking good. According to the indictment, 2 years after the 2020 murder of rapper King Von, whose real name is Davon Daquan Bennett, outside of Atlanta Hookah Lounge, alleged members of the OTF offered money and music opportunities in exchange for the murder of the Georgia-based rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Taekwon Terrell Bowman, in retaliation for his suspected involvement in the killing. Now, they want to hire people to kill Quando Rondo for their involvement in King Von's killing, but King Von was the one that started the beef. King Von was the one that initiated the fight. But he wasn't expecting that Quando's people was going to be prepared and ready to fire. And it cost him his life. I mean, do you understand that you don't know what somebody is carrying when you want to go approach them in an aggressive manner? King Von wasn't expecting his people to be ready to shoot. I guess he thought they were going to talk all that gangster stuff online, and when it was time to go down, they was just going to fight. It really doesn't work like that. When you start talking that gangster talk and you're ready to bust your gun, you better be ready to bust your gun because other people are expecting you to come in that manner. King Von wasn't paying attention, man. And that's what got his life taken for him. You know what I'm saying? It gets deep, man. Y'all can call in and let me know how you feel about that situation. Now we see Quando Rondo. He done denounced the gang. He want to live regular. But this is not what the youngins is looking at when they initially ready to fire. When they initially get involved in the gang. It's always the ending. It turns out the same way every single time. It's not one time that it doesn't go that way. When they come out ready to bust their gun and ready to kill, they always want to turn away from it later when the situation gets too sticky. These situations are always going to get sticky. You hear me? These situations are always going to get sticky because you're dealing with people's emotions and you're dealing with egos. You're dealing with egos. But the situation always ends in a crash. The people that don't crash are the people that gracefully bow out at the right time. But if you don't bow out and you think you're going to go to the end, you have to crash. That is the results of it. You hear me? But the indictment further alleges that the OTF members used credit cards associated with the group to purchase plane tickets to fly defendants to California on August 18, 2022 to search for Bowman after learning that he was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. It added that Grant flew to LA from Miami via private jet to oversee the operation. Now, if this dude wasn't slow, he thought he was going to fly private jet, oversee the hit, and he was going to get away with it. Why do we think as people, when you got money, you can get away with these type of behaviors? I don't understand it. It always is going to leave a paper trail. Every time. I don't understand why They think they were going to get away with this. The guy flew private jet to go oversee the killing. And I'm going to tell you what happened, right? I'm going to tell you what happened. Somebody got in a situation. Somebody got jammed up in a situation and they told. They told everything because they have details of how this happened. You hear me? They said once in LA, Grant allegedly booked a room at the Universal City Hotel for the co-conspirators before he met them to provide them with guns. So they have the exact details, the layout that this man booked the hotel, brought the guns, right? And it says the indictment also states that Grant allegedly rented a white BMW sedan and a white Infiniti, which were later used to track and follow Bowman as he, his sisters, and his cousins, 24-year-old Surveyor Robinson, drove around LA in a black Cadillac Escalade August 19th. They have the details down pat. They have photos. You hear me? They have photos of the killing. These guys is on tape, man. And it said the plot came to a head when Bowman stopped at a gas station along Beverly Boulevard. Prosecutors said that is when Houston alleged drove to an alley behind the gas station before letting Jones, Lindsay, and an unidentified co-conspirator out to carry the shooting. Hold on. So they got an unidentified co-conspirator? But they know the details of these guys pulling up behind the gas station? Could the unidentified co-conspirator be the one telling? Could the unidentified co-conspirator be the one telling? That could be deep. That could be the one telling. They said Bowman and his sisters were not injured, but Robinson was fatally wounded. According to the indictment, following the shooting, the defendants and the co-conspirators went to a hamburger restaurant where they discussed payment. They know a lot of information, man. They know a lot of information. This information is somebody that knows detail. They said they went to a hamburger joint after to discuss payment. How do they know this? Because somebody told the plan. Somebody told how everything went down. And prosecutors said on the same day as the shooting, an unarmed co-conspirator used an OTF Associates credit card to purchase plane tickets for Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston to travel back to Chicago. Wow. So I'm guessing that someone on the outside may have told, right? But they knew the detail. And I don't think these guys that got picked up told, because if they tell anything, they're going to have to implicate themselves and they're going to be cooked. So I don't think the guys that got picked up told, but I think somebody that had some knowledge of it told, because they told what happened, but they couldn't, I guess, identify the other person. They know the plot, but they couldn't identify the other person that was in the car. Yeah, man. Do y'all think they coming for Little Durk? don't know, man. I don't know, man. They might be coming for Lil Durk with this one. This one might cost Lil Durk, you hear me? And I'm going to be real with that. Then they got FBG Duck's mom. She's suing Little Durk because she says he has something to do with the murder for hire for her son. Now pay attention now. Durk's crew is being investigated for Duck's killing, right? And they got grabbed up. These dudes got grabbed up, convicted, life in jail, right? This is for Duck's murder. These are people that Durk got beef with. These things is stamped now. You see, these are the people he got beef with and what's coming behind it. Now, FBG Duck gets killed. King Von gets killed. Quando Rondo cousin gets killed. You got to understand that they're not going to keep allowing all these people to get killed and not slam the hammer down. You know, sometimes we say, yeah, they'll let us kill us. Yeah, in the hood. But once you start getting at that level when you got money and you feel you got some type of power, oh, they coming. They coming to shut you down. Now we're going to check out the little clip from FBG Duck's mom. Let me see if I can catch that clip with FBG Duck's mom. Because she's suing now. Now I'm going to let y'all know, everybody talk that gangster stuff, but it's really all about the money, man. And the people that are trying to get some money anyway, they are the ones that are willing to go crazy and really do some foul, dumb stuff that they're going to regret later trying to get some money. And I really hope Durk doesn't have any involvement, because if he does, somebody's going to tell. Even though we know he's associated with the people, I'm just hoping that he wasn't the one to call the order, because he's going to definitely be pulled into this. It's been too many people that's been killed behind this situation, man. It's a big domino effect. And they going down, man. This situation and just definitely got crazy. Over what, though? Over what? What was the beef over? Because somebody felt the other person disrespected him? Was that what it was for? Somebody felt that somebody disrespected the other, so they was ready to go to war. But now, right, after all this, don't nobody want to go to war right now. That's what's crazy. Everybody's ready to go to war over something said. But when the war breaks out, everybody really didn't want to go to war. Sometimes we got to think before we act, man. And that's what it is. A lot of people don't think before they act, man. That's important. You got to think before you act, man. And if Durk put a hit out on them people, man, they going to get him. I'm not even going to lie about that. If Durk put a hit out on them people, they coming. They started at these dudes first to see if they going to tell. And if they tell, they coming. And you got to understand, man, what we see now, dudes is looking at like, if I tell, that's how I'm going to get my rep up. If I cooperate, I'm going to get my rep up. Holding that image of I'm a gangster, it don't work out for everybody. Some people it ends bad for them, man. Real rap. These dudes then thought they was going to get away. Now, I'm wondering if it was the same dudes that was on the academic show doing the interview. I'm really wondering that. I don't know why this thing is acting crazy on me today, but I'm wondering if it was the same people that did the interview with Act. If it's the same people that did the interview with Act, I know they sick. They was up there talking how they was doing business and, you know, they wasn't involved in none of that. But you got to know, when it comes to murder, they're going to investigate that. You might think that it went away quick because they not saying nothing. They still doing work. They want to make sure that that case gets solved, especially when it's coming from gang members. Well-known gang members that are in the music industry, they want to take you down. I don't understand why when these people get that certain type of money, they don't understand that that's the target that you are. You are a target because they know you are an influential person. And most of the time, rappers want to lead with violence. They not going to allow it, man. They are not going to allow it. It's like you get in position and they encourage us to beef with each other to keep you in position. They better start turning into actors. It's like, I guess, if they don't make it all the way real, the people don't believe them. They better turn into actors because most of them are lying. It's like, you know, most of them are lying. Most of them are not into what they into. And that's how you know these dudes was never nothing in the street. They was always crash dummies. People that were something that felt like they were something in the street, when they get to a certain level, they want to get away from the streets. They don't want to have no association with the streets. These people want to go back to the streets. It don't make sense. The goal is to get away from the street. To be able to live and do things legally. It's the goal. But I guess these people still want to look cool and associated with the streets, man. The streets don't love you. The streets do not love you. The streets are not in love with anyone. They not in love with anyone, man. I can't, my thing is acting up. They not in love with anyone. And My allergies is going crazy. Allergies going crazy. Computer acting up. Yeah. But these dudes done put a plot to kill Quando Rondo, and Quando Rondo quit the game. We're going to see who is the last man standing out of all this BS. Because they falling. They dying. They going to jail. And it's a whole lot of money around there. I thought when you get the money, you supposed to get happy. You supposed to get low, have fun. These dudes is looking for entertainment. They want to get in the mix and see who gonna bust their gun. Who can throw rocks at the jail and not go in. They want to see who can throw rocks at the jail and not go in. Come on, man. It's like stupidity. You know they're going to crash. When you see these people in the gang and they are promoting the gang, you know it's going to be a crash. How everybody going to be on go and ready to be violent but be able to conduct themselves civilly? Let's think about that. If every day you wake up and you ready to be involved in the middle of a beef or a war, how are you going to conduct yourself civilly? I really think you can't. Because your brain is programmed to perform a certain way. I think it's impossible. I'm not going to lie. You know the gang is going to fail when you see them together. Oh, man, you can look at it and tell. This is going to be a crash waiting to happen. It's a lot of aggression, testosterone. You can see what's going to happen. Let me see if I can get this up, though. I wanted to show this joint. Let me see if I can get this up. I know my allergies is going crazy. They done went off. Let's see what we got. Hold up. Hold up.
It's been 4 years since Chicago rapper FB.
Let y'all check this one out right here. Hold up.
Superstar Lil Durk had a hand in the gang-related killing. It's been 4 years since Chicago rapper FBG Duck was killed, and his mother's pain is still raw.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about him and the life that was taken from him.
FBG Duck, whose real name was Carlton Weekly, was gunned down on the Gold Coast by a group of masked men as he waited to enter the Dolce & Gabbana store August of 2020. His girlfriend, Cache Williams, and another man also wounded in the attack. They joined Weekly's mother in filing a lawsuit Wednesday, alleging rap superstar Lil Durk had a hand in the gang-related killing, wanting to take out Weekly. Their years-long rivalry playing out in a series of violent drill rap songs.
Our complainant law lays out that a $100,000 bounty was placed on the life of FBG Duck to have him killed.
The lawsuit names a wide-ranging list of defendants, including Lil Durk, his record label Only the Family, or OTF, and other larger labels that partnered with OTF, like Sony and UMG Interscope. Attorney Roosevelt Allen saying the larger labels welcome artists engaging in criminal activity, putting profit over human life.
They want authenticity, which has bred these type of individuals getting in the music business, carrying out their activities, and the record label companies are fueling it, financing it, developing brands for them.
Earlier this year, 6 purported gang members were convicted of carrying out Weekley's murder. Allen saying with this lawsuit, he hopes others who knowingly promoted violence will be held accountable.
That's where it crosses the line, when you take it from the music and you take it to the public and the streets and you kill someone.
We contacted representatives for Lil Durk, Sony, and UMG Interscope Records, but have not received a response.
Watch breaking news.
Hey, check this out. Now, they understand that the music industry is promoting the behavior. They understand that. But they're saying they're hoping that gets addressed later, which it probably won't. I really doubt that anything happens to anybody at that level, because they already been doing this for years. It's the design. They're saying we didn't tell them to go do it. We just told them to put that in the music. But we all know that the music is influencing. It's influencing the young people. It's making them make the decisions they make. When they see Durk, when they see King Von, when they see Quando, they feel this is the wave. They feel this is the only way I can get to where I need to get. You hear me? And this is why we see the violence from the young people. I had a debate on Facebook earlier today with some people saying that it was more crime back in the day than it is now. I'm like, hold up. I beg to differ with that. I beg to differ with that because Chicago, Philly, LA, Camden, Jersey, all these spots, right? It's going down. People are losing their life. And it's like drastically. Philly, Chicago, it's going down. Now, I can say that they're saying the murder rates are down this year, right? We can say that. But it's killing still happening. Every day you turn the news on, no matter what city you in. You hear me? No matter what city you in, there's killings going on. Everywhere. This is what's going on, man. And Lil Durk in trouble, man. All the people around him getting knocked off. They want the big fish. You know that. They want the big fish. They got the small fish, but they want the big fish. They want to take Durk down. Durk giving these people ammo by trying to go back and forth to get Quando knocked off. We understand now, by now, that Quando's a little smarter than y'all. He hasn't been shot yet. Pay attention. Pay attention, man. Quando's not moving as loose as they expect him to move. Because he does understand that a target is on his head. King Von came to fight. But he was talking gunplay. You hear me? Listen now. King Von came to fight. But he was talking gunplay. You can't bring your fist to a gunfight when you talking gunplay. What you think gonna happen? Von lost his life trying to be tough. They'll tell you, tough guys don't always win. They never win. Because they're not using their brain. They're thinking with frustration, anger. The person that used their brain won the game. And from the looks of it, right, we hear Durk more than we hear Quando, even though Quando is nice. The brother can make music. He's nice. But we hear Durk more at this time. But Quando done fell back from the game. Durk is still fully indulged. And his crew's getting knocked off. They might knock their own self out the way. And Quando end up being the front runner soon. That's what I see happening. Because Quando can rap. He can make good music, songs. But Durk is the voice right now. The people want to hear Durk. But Quando got skills. He can rap. But Durk and his people are tricking themselves out of position. They got one indictment out the way and convicted. Now they got another one. Lil Tim beat it. Let's talk about that. Little Tim beat it. Who from Quando Rondo's side is dealing with a RICO, murder for hire? Who? So obviously, Quando wasn't sending no people at Durk. Durk is the one sending everybody at everybody. You got to lose that mentality. He brought all these people out the hood on his label OTF so that they can go on a suicide mission. Pay attention, man. All these people came out of Chicago, Chirac, and they went on a suicide mission. They got themselves out the game. They took a couple people with them, but they got themselves out the game. Why don't we understand when we make it to those levels and we in position to respect them, to honor them, honor that position? Because you don't own it. You can get knocked out of position. You can get knocked out of position quick. You hear me? And Durk trying to play himself. He just dropped a video a couple weeks ago. Monitoring me. Got 4.4 million views. 3 weeks. Why play yourself? Been doing this. Why play yourself? The game, man. You got to pay attention, man. You have to pay attention. You can trick yourself out of position easy. It's not hard to do. And we see everybody on Durk's side tricking themselves out of position. Everybody on Durk's side is tricking themselves out of position. It's rats in the crew because they got all the details of how it happened. It's just that nobody directly linked to Durk has dropped a dime yet. And you don't know because when you talking about life in jail, it's a lot of people that don't want to do that by themselves. You hear me? It's a lot of people, they don't want to sit in jail for life by themselves. They rather say, hold up. How can I get out of this? How can I work with you to get out of this? And that's what I see happening with Durk's situation, because these other people, right? They already seen what happened to the other people. Once them people picked you up, y'all should know that they got hardcore evidence. Once the feds pick you up for some murder for hire, they have direct source pointing you out. It's a direct source pointing out what happened, who the person and what they did. The brother flew private jet to go put the money on this hit. And somebody identified it. It was a paper trail of the credit card statements. These dudes played themselves out of position, man. And I'm hoping these other young dudes learn. Pay attention to what these brothers done did. They flew private to go commit murders. That's dumb. You make it to the level of no other, but you still want to reach back and cause trouble and ruckus in the neighborhoods. The thinking process, man. Sometimes you get that money and your thinking don't register right. And what it is, right? You haven't had that near ending experience. People that had that near ending experience where they was ready to lose the freedom for life and they was on the verge, or they might have had a life sentence. They're going to think about these situations a little different. But the people that haven't really been in those situations, they're willing to go into situations ready to crash, praying and hoping to get through. Most of them pray to God too, you hear me? Most of them ask God, when they go on these type of missions, God, protect me. Nobody want to talk about that though. Most of these dudes go on these kind of missions asking God to protect them as they do harm to someone else, thinking that they're going to be protected. This is crazy, man. These dudes crashed out for no reason, man. At all. At all. It's your boy DZ though, man. We gave our take on it and our opinion on it. We think Lil Durk got trouble. I'm not even gonna lie. I think Yo Gotti got trouble. I'm not even gonna lie. I think the music industry has got trouble. The music that comes out now isn't as good. It doesn't have no substance to it. It's only talking about popping perks and how to get high, how to be a junkie. This is what the music is teaching the kids. How can you be a junkie? Follow me. The game has took a turn, man. Want y'all to leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Do you think Durk is going down? One set of his crew went down. Another set of his crew just went down. Do you think Durk is going to survive the Rico? Make sure y'all leave a comment, man. It's your boy DZ. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Nah.